Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Tanaka with a WBZ News update. The judge in the Karen Reed trial denied the defense's request for a mistrial. It came during a contentious hearing without the jury present yesterday. Judge Beverly Cannoni decided they can still deliver a fair verdict despite Reed's attorneys claiming the prosecution brought up evidence without fair warning that disputes their own theory that John O'Keefe was bitten by a dog. This happened during testimony by Dr. Marie Russell. Well, the Green Line is going to shut down for maintenance tonight at 8 o'clock through end of service Sunday throughout downtown Boston, including the entirety of the E branch. Free shuttle buses will replace trains on all 4 branches of the Green Line. Similar work throughout the month will impact the red, orange, and blue lines. Hey, North Attleboro voters have approved a tax hike to help the town fund construction of a new high school. According to preliminary results from yesterday's special election, the tax hike passed with more than 60% of the vote. The new school will cost nearly $300 million to build. The town will be responsible for nearly 2/3 of that. All right, time now for a really warm next weather forecast, Jason.
Oh, that's right, Chris. Hey, we're going to be pressing on the gas, transporting more heat into southern New England. First time in several months, we could actually be talking about the first 90s moving back across the forecast board. Interior southern New England will be the warmest spots over the next 48 hours. A bit of a sea breeze will likely keep that maritime influence for the Cape as well as the islands. More the 70s over the next couple days as opposed to the upper 80s and low 90s. Then we switch gears and start talking about rain chances, unfortunately, for Friday, Saturday, with a couple spot showers on Sunday. We've been dealing with this very unsettled pattern for the past, let's say, 3 months of having very wet and very unsettled Saturdays. Lesser amounts of rain for the Cape and the islands, including Plymouth and also Barnstable County, at least through Sunday. Heavier amounts of rain, roughly around a ½ inch up to an inch, inch and a half for 495 in north and west of the Mass Pike. Frontal boundary will likely slow and crawl through the region beginning on Thursday evening, transporting not only heat and humidity, but actually more of that sort of air quality issues from the Canadian wildfires. Pollen is also elevated over the next couple of days as well, so be mindful of that. We start to kick the rain chances in high gear. Lakes and mountains destination forecast for the weekend. You're likely going to be taking the rain along with you. This is Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Notice moderate to heavy rain transported north into the Granite State, Maine, as well as Vermont. So be mindful of that. Meanwhile, along and east on the Mass Pike, including Boston, as well as the South Shore, just mainly dealing with some spot showers for us on Saturday. Again, keeping the threat for strong storms elevated for Thursday evening, as well as also on Friday evening as well. Hey, now 4 days into Atlantic hurricane season of 2025 and already have our first wave off the coast of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, has a 10% likelihood of growing and strengthening into a tropical depression. That's only 10% over the next 48 hours. If it does strengthen into a tropical depression and or tropical storm, it'll likely be the first named storm of 2025, and that shall be named Andrea. Here's the next 7 of your forecast. You can see upper 80s, low 90s next couple days, back into the 80s and very unsettled for Friday afternoon into the evening hours. Pay close attention to the forecast on Friday in terms of the storm threat, as well as on Saturday. Drier conditions take over and cooler conditions back mild again for Sunday, Monday, and spilling over into Tuesday, Chris.
All right, Jason, this has been a WBZ News Update. I'm Chris Tanaka. Have a great day.